You record a voice note. Before sending, you play it back just to check. You hear yourself, something tightens a little, and you delete it and type the message instead. And here's the strange part. You talk all day without a second thought, but the moment your own voice plays back, you can't stand it. That reaction isn't random. It's telling you something about how you see yourself. You're not alone in this. Almost everyone has had that moment. A video plays, your voice comes out of the speaker, and your whole body wants to look away. You might laugh it off. You might say, "I don't sound like that." But underneath the joke is a real quiet discomfort. It's not vanity. It's something gentler and stranger than that. For a second, the person on the recording feels like someone you've never quite met. Here's what makes it confusing. You've heard your own voice every single day of your life. You should know it better than anyone. So why does a recording feel so foreign, almost like an imposter wearing your name? Think about how often this shows up. You avoid sending voice notes. You go quiet in videos. You hear yourself on someone's phone and instantly cringe. Maybe you've even decided somewhere along the way that you just have an annoying voice, and you've carried that belief quietly for years. But notice something. The discomfort isn't really about the sound itself. People rarely hate the voices of others. We find them normal, even comforting. It's only our own voice that makes us flinch. That detail matters. It tells us this isn't an ear problem. It's a self problem. The reaction is coming from somewhere deeper than you're hearing. Let's start with the simple part, because there's a real reason your recorded voice sounds different. When you speak, you hear yourself in two ways at once. Some of the sound travels through the air into your ears like any other sound, but a lot of it travels through the bones of your skull, vibrating from the inside. Those inner vibrations add lower, warmer tones, so the voice you hear in your head is richer and deeper than the one that actually leaves your mouth. A recording can't capture the bone part. It only captures the air. So the recorded voice is thinner, higher, and lighter than the one you're used to. Here's the uncomfortable truth. That recorded voice is the one everyone else has always heard. The deep, warm version only exists inside you. But that explains the sound. It doesn't explain the feeling. Plenty of things sound unfamiliar without making us wince. So here's the deeper layer. Your mind prefers what it already knows. Familiar things feel safe and true. Unfamiliar versions feel slightly wrong. You've spent your whole life bonded to the inside version of your voice. The outside version breaks that familiarity, and your brain quietly rejects it. And then there's the part that really stings. You carry an image of yourself in your head, how you come across, how you sound, the version of you that you've quietly agreed to be. A recording doesn't match that image. It hands you raw, unedited evidence of how you actually appear. For 1 second, the gap between who you feel like and who you seem like becomes visible. That gap is what tightens in your chest, not the pitch, the exposure. You see this everywhere once you notice it. You leave a voicemail and then spend 10 minutes wishing you could take it back, replaying how you must have sounded. You watch a video from a family event, and while everyone else is laughing at the memory, you're only listening to yourself, wondering if you always talk like that. You finally record something you're proud of, a message, a presentation, a small piece of content, and the moment you play it back, all the pride drains out, replaced by a single thought. Is that really me? Or the quietest one, someone says, "I love your voice," and instead of warmth, you feel confusion, because the voice they love and the voice you hear are not the same voice. You've never actually heard the one they're talking about. Now, let's be careful here, because it's easy to turn this into something it isn't. This doesn't mean you're insecure or broken, or that you secretly hate yourself. Almost every human on earth flinches at their own recording, including the most confident people you know. It's not a sign of low self-worth. It's just what happens when self-image meets reality without a filter. And it doesn't mean the recorded voice is the ugly truth and the inner one is a lie. Both are real, but the recording is missing everything that makes you, you in real life. Your face, your warmth, the moment, the relationship.
People don't experience your voice as a cold sound file. They experience it wrapped in who you are. The flat, isolated version you fear is a version no one who loves you has ever actually heard. So be gentle with the conclusion you draw. A strange-sounding recording is not evidence that something is wrong with you. It's just evidence that you have an inner sense of self at all. Maybe that's the quiet gift hiding inside the discomfort. The reason your recorded voice feels wrong is that you have a self-image worth protecting. The flinch only happens because somewhere inside you care how you meet the world. That's not weakness, that's depth. You don't have to love the recording. You just have to let the two versions of you exist side by side. The warm one you hear from the inside, and the real one that walks through the world and is loved exactly as it sounds. Your voice was never the problem. The discomfort was just the moment you saw yourself from the outside and weren't ready. And now that you understand it, maybe next time you hear yourself play back, you won't reach to delete it quite so fast. That stranger with your